Hello everybody, RHSportsTV here, and this right here, this is Bracketology with Joe Lunardi. It's his latest one, current as of March 1st? Yeah, March 1st. So, a few things I really wanted to, talk about here. Just how college basketball has changed throughout the season, from the beginning of the season, and overall, my kind of complaints. Not really complaints with Lunardi's bracketology, although there is one very egregious occasion to this, and also just teams that are definitely not going to be that good. So first of all, the 4 number 1 seed: Gonzaga deserving, Indiana deserving, Miami deserving. At the end of the day, Kansas probably deserves this 1 seed, even though it seems like they were just getting lynched for losing to TCU. By the way, yeah, Michigan's kind of AFK. Are they a 3 seed? Yeah, they fell to a 3 seed. So did Florida. Even with the peasants over in New Mexico. Jeez, how dare they? No, trust me, I know New Mexico is a quality team. But some things. Not first of all, obviously, the play-in games, the at-large play-in games. Kentucky at Temple. And on one hand, pretty much everybody's either like, oh, Kentucky's in, no doubt. I have no doubt Kentucky's gonna win. Or, more importantly, all these like cataclysmic articles saying, oh, Kentucky's screwed. They lose one of their next 3 games, they're out of the tournament. Like, oh, shut up. Kentucky's got a good shot. They win 2 out of their 3 games. They win a game or 2 in the SEC tournament. They're in the tournament. They're going to be an 11 or 12 seed, but they'll be in the tournament nonetheless. And come on, let's be honest. Does seeding really matter for a team that probably has no shot at repeating? I mean, unless Nerlens Noel comes back, and maybe if Anthony Davis decides to play a few games, maybe Kentucky will have a shot. But, meanwhile, Temple, obviously, I think their best case scenario might be a play-in game, so maybe Fran One and Dumpy can shed the nickname once again. He kind of did that, but that was a win over Penn State. And let's be honest, Penn State's not the most impressive win in the NCAA tournament. Other one, 13-seeded Villanova and 13-seeded Ole Miss. It kills me to see Villanova here. Villanova is a good team. It's coming from somebody who saw him upset Syracuse, who saw him upset Louisville, and who most recently saw him upset Marquette. God, they lost to freaking Seton Hall. They lost to Providence twice. Oh, man. Villanova. They lost to Columbia. I think they're like 4-7 in the Ivy League. And the Ivy League. Villanova. And then Ole Miss. I remember Ole Miss was like a 5 seed on here like a month or 2 ago. And Marshall Henderson couldn't back up his words. And then now look at them. They're 13 seed play-in game. Virginia rose like 3 spots from where they were before. Interestingly enough. Creighton, Wichita State. Not really big, but I like the Missouri Valley Conference. Most of the teams in there. Because, I don't know, I mean, that's the kind of basketball I like to watch. Guys who can shoot the 3, who can defend. And Midwest basketball for college basketball is pretty good. And I hope this doesn't happen right here. Syracuse versus Bucknell. Because Syracuse has not a very good history of being upset. They're the first 2 seed to lose to a 15 seed. They lost to Richmond. And then they lost to Vermont. And they were the team that really got the Butler train started. So that right there, like, say against Kansas, the loss to Richmond definitely cancels out the loss. Kansas losing to VCU in the Elite 8. Losing a 1 seed, losing to an 11 seed. That's pretty bad. Ask UConn about George Mason. And then losing to Vermont cancels out the Bradley game, which I don't really care about the Bradley game. I mean, they lost to Bradley, big deal. And then the loss to Butler cancels out the loss to... No, the loss to Butler cancels out the loss to VCU. The loss to Richmond cancels out Kansas' loss to Northern Iowa in the second round a few years ago. But, God, if we end up getting matched up with Bucknell, see, that's a game Syracuse can lose. Muscala's a beast. And if Syracuse loses that game, there goes our advantage on them for Bucknell. So it's like, shit, Syracuse is just as big of an underachieving choker. And you'll see. I don't really hate Kansas. There's definitely teams I hate more. Kentucky, Duke, North Carolina, Florida, just to name a few. But yeah. Next up, why the hell did Middle Tennessee go down? Did they lose? No, they didn't. Did they lose? Yeah, no, they definitely didn't lose. Why the hell did they go down to a 12 seed, ESPN? But another reason I don't like Syracuse being here is just because Ohio State and Belmont are two teams that could beat him. Seriously, Belmont and Bucknell, come on. And Akron right here. I think ESPN's trying to gangbang somebody. I can't tell who it is. St. Mary's is up here. Shit, even Montana at a 15 seed could very well do something. I like seeing the Louisiana represent. Louisiana Tech is a 13 seed. Somehow not getting the auto bid, although they even do that. I guess he's not doing that right now. He used to do it where, like, all caps meant the team gets the auto bid. I guess he's not doing that right now. Northwestern State, you know, that's pretty cool, I guess. I still think Stephen F. Austin will do it, but whatever. I think even Oral Roberts, but one thing that I was like, wait, where did Southern go? And then I realized that Texas Southern. Joe Lunardi needs to do his freaking research. From somebody who knows shit about the mid-majors, Texas Southern's, like, literally impossible. They got sanctions against them, they're banned from the postseason. They almost got the death penalty against them, something only Southern Methodist and I think Wichita State football did. Like, I think those are the only teams that it's ever happened to. So yeah, Texas Southern is not making the tournament. Joe Lunardi, get your shit together. That's a PSA. Meanwhile, LaSalle at 12 seed, that's just begging for LaSalle to upset somebody. Middle Tennessee is kind of the same way. So, same with Belmont. I mean, really, UNLV in this case would be getting lucky. I think they can beat Kentucky a lot more easy. I guess maybe not Temple. Maybe, even Temple is probably worse than LaSalle, and definitely I'd say Middle Tennessee and Belmont are more dangerous. Or at the very least, Middle Tennessee. This is another thing that pains me. Seeing the CAA with a freaking 16 seed. CAA used to be good. If you just started watching this year, you might not know that. VCU, George Mason, both in the Final Four. Richmond has been good. Well, Richmond, I guess, left the conference 10 years ago, I think. 10 years ago? Maybe it was more than that, maybe it was less than that. My memory's kind of furry. Furry? Fuzzy? Yeah, fuzzy. It'd be weird if my memory was furry. But, who else? I'm sure there's somebody else that's done something in the CAA. Whatever. Oregon at a 7 seed pisses me off because I know Oregon's probably like an 11 seed. Seriously. Oregon almost lost to Oregon State last night. That's not good for Oregon at all. What else? Pittsburgh at a 6 seed. I was originally going to gripe with that, but I think 6 seed's actually like perfect for Pitt. And there's some good 6 seed. Butler's a very good 6 seed. Colorado State's... I'd be shocked if Colorado State doesn't make it to... Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they got to the Sweet 16 if they were able to beat, like, Michigan in this scenario. St. Louis, though, that's my sleeper team right now. St. Louis is playing phenomenal. I don't see that momentum really going away right now. But, yeah. And by the way, I think I said this last video. How the hell is Louisiana Tech ranked? I think their best win of the season has come against Denver. Or maybe even yesterday against Utah State. What the hell? Why is Middle Tennessee not ranked? Why is Belmont not ranked? Why is Akron not ranked? And why is Colorado State not ranked? But freaking Louisiana Tech is ranked. I'm alright with them ranking mid-majors. I'm completely alright. I endorse it. But Louisiana Tech, AP, and Lunardi. Seriously, dude, that'd be like putting UConn in the bracket. Oh man, I feel like I know, like, I'm not very good at like taking a lot of things into consideration at once, so I don't think I'd be a good bracketologist. But even I know the Tech. Well, I guess I'm also kind of a nut, so I shouldn't be really talking about that. Anyway, on to a more glorious subject. It's really weird seeing North Carolina as a 7 seed. You either see them as a 1 seed or in the NIT, basically. That's pretty much been my experience with them. VCU versus Virginia is interesting. Virginia was a 13 seed before. I don't know if I said that, but 10 seed now. That's cool. VCU's Havoc's gonna either get them to like the Elite 8 or something, or it's gonna get them eliminated in the first round. I don't know yet. I don't know why they keep putting Memphis against mid-majors. I want to see Memphis play a team like Minnesota or something, not St. Mary's. I don't want to see Memphis or St. Mary's knocked out in the first round. I think this is going to be one of those years with all these good mid-majors that, like, Elite 8 could have, like, 5 teams from smaller conferences. Like, you could see somebody like Middle Tennessee or Belmont, Bucknell, Akron. I don't know if I'd put St. Louis. I'm not going to put St. Louis. Maybe Wichita State. Where's Wichita State? They could beat Kansas, but definitely not out of the picture. So next up, hot teams. California, obviously. Cal's playing phenomenally right now. I wouldn't be shocked if they end up winning the Pac-12 the way they're playing. I mean, Arizona lost was it last night? It was either last night or 2 nights ago. They lost to USC, and that's kind of lame. Come on, Arizona. Seriously? I had you pegged before the year as being a good team, and now you're starting to depress me. But, who else? Oregon's soft as hell. UCLA is schizophrenic. I've never known how to pronounce that word. So, whatever that word is, that's what they've been. USC is clearly not making the tournament. Arizona State's not making the tournament. They blew that chance. I guess probably their biggest rival, besides maybe Arizona or Oregon, would be Colorado. Colorado's a 9 seed. Maybe, I think Colorado's better than Oregon. I don't know how the hell Oregon's a 7 seed besides the numbers. Watching them play, they're clearly not a 7 seed. They almost lost to freaking Oregon State, but since margin of victory doesn't count, well, whatever. I guess that's probably a good thing for teams that don't blow out other teams, such as Syracuse. But, I really don't have much more to say about these teams in the field, so I'll just scroll down a little bit. And, here's these. Baylor's the first team out. What? Why is Baylor the first team out? I don't understand that. Baylor hasn't really beaten a team. Well, I'm sure they've beaten somebody, but I think they're like 0-6 against Kansas State, and Oklahoma State. I think that was the number. It was something like that. But oh no, it was like 1-7 against the top 5 in the conference, which would be 3 I just mentioned, along with Oklahoma and Iowa State. That's not tournament material, especially with the Big 12 being so weak this year. Arizona State, I don't know how they're still in the first 4 out, whatever. Indiana State, Indiana State's got no shot. I don't know why they're in the first 4 out. Indiana State has lost recently to like Southern Illinois, and I think they lost to like, I don't know, I'm gonna pull up their schedule. Who did they lose to? Yeah, look at that. They lost to Bradley. They lost to Missouri State, and they lost to Drake. And yeah, they're up there. Look at Missouri State. Missouri State's like 9-21. That's not good. He got swept by Drake. Drake's a 14-15 team. Damn it. And Southern Miss. I don't know how Southern Miss can still be considered, but the freaking Memphis then. And unless something changed, where the hell is Tennessee? Tennessee was one of the first 4 out. And Tennessee's at least got a better shot than Indiana State, Southern Miss, or Maryland, or Alabama. Seriously, Maryland, you blew it. Boise State is gonna. I have a feeling Boise's gonna move up though. Boise's got opportunity. They got their last 3 games are against UNLV, San Diego State, and I believe Colorado State. How good am I? I don't have that written down. That was completely off of memory. That proves just how much of a nut college basketball has been in the last month or 2. But I don't really have much more to say. My final 4 favorites right now, if I was going to use this bracket, I'd probably say Indiana from the Midwest, and then Michigan State from the East, Georgetown from the South, and I guess Louisville from the West, maybe Gonzaga, I don't know. The West also looks kind of crappy because I don't trust Michigan and Arizona at all. But once the official bracket comes out, you can expect me to do some predictions. So, yeah, this has been RHSportsTV, and peace.